Joel's story unique and vastly different from everybody else's because it is rare that a Canadian college player reaches the National Hockey League, which Joel was. Joel was just a story of perseverance, and he made a name for himself here.
Joel Ward all fired up!
We had signed him as a free agent signing. He was a big splash for the Capitals.
What drew the Capitals to Ward was what he did in the playoffs for the Nashville Predators the year before. They needed a big, heavy winger.
We always used to make some jokes about Joel and also Mike Knuble with their big behinds. We always used to say carrying the mail like Karl Malone. So those guys, when they were on a line together, no one could get the puck from them.
They needed a heavy guy who could score those tough, gritty goals from 4 feet outside of the blue paint that would go into the tough areas and get cross-checked and hacked by bigger defensemen and would score those really hard goals.
It is Ward!
But they also needed someone who could help them win in the playoffs, right? This is a team that had just come up short over and over again in the playoffs.
We started off real slow that season, and we were out of the playoffs. Dale came in, and we changed the way we played.
That year when Dale Hunter came in, we were struggling, and he basically turned us around.
We made the playoffs, and we played Boston when they were the defending Stanley Cup champion.
They won another cup here in Boston.
We were underdogs by a lot in that series.
Boston was a much better team than us. Tim Thomas was phenomenal that year.
So we lost game 1, and then it was back and forth after that.
Backstrom, he scored! The Capitals have evened the series!
Win one, lose one, win one, lose one.
This series is tied thanks to Braden Holtby and the Caps.
We were just relentless. We wanted to do all the dirty things, you know. We wanted to block all the shots and grind it out in the corners, and we had a lot of players that were really good at it.
Ward push one in front, save Thomas, rebound, they score! Mike Knuble!
You know, Joel Ward and Mike Knuble types, like those are the guys that you want come playoff time. They're going to score goals that are maybe unexpected.
The Capitals win it! They mob Braden Holtby, 4-3 the final!
Kind of clawing our way through the series, and we dragged it out to 7 going back to Boston.
We went into it and everyone was calm, everyone was having some fun. Not really sure how this game was going to go. We were going to play as hard as we could.
Fight second shot, on the Holtby, score! Tyler Seguin has tied the game.
I can still remember it, sitting there watching the overtime, very nervous.
So now you're in overtime, your stars are getting maxed out, right? Coach is like, we got to use the rest of the bench here a little bit, you know? So they put Joel and I out, and I was flying right by the bench. Their guy hammered it like right into my guts. And all of a sudden, Joel and I popped loose. And so then we're going down 2-on-1.
Knuble steamrolling in.
I don't get very many chances in overtime. I got to make this count. Joel, I'm sorry you're not getting this puck. I'm not trying to pass this puck. I'm just going to dumb this thing down and go take it right to the net.
Knuble on his backhand. Score! On the rebound, Joel Ward! And the Caps knock off the defending champs.
Here they go, Caps, 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 what a play!
Noobs actually ran into Tim Thomas to create a little bit of a rebound, and Wardo banged it in.
And how about a veteran 39-year-old Knuble getting the primary helper?
It was great. My plan worked.
You ever scored a bigger one than that?
No, I obviously, this has been the biggest goal I've ever scored, and it felt good. Knuble's been unbelievable. You know, he just carried the mail right to the net, and I just wanted to follow it up and hopefully for a rebound.
For us to win in 7 games and Wardo to get that goal, we were so ecstatic. It was unbelievable.
Joel Ward has pushed the Caps into the second round of the Stanley Cup playoff.
Joel's goal eliminated the Stanley Cup champions. That solidified Joel's legacy in Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, Joel got a taste of racist blowback from scoring that overtime goal.
It's just, I don't let it bother me at all. It's a few people that just made a couple of terrible comments.
That was my first experience being that close to a lot of hate that was going on. You instantly go into like protective mode. He is my brother. How dare you say anything like that towards him?
I mean, there's been a lot of support from everybody, especially my teammates and the whole organization, and even the Bruins and some of their fans. So it's been overwhelming.
He would talk openly about it, and we're trying to help him out, but he was a confident guy, you know. He knew where he came from, he knew who he was, you know, so he was very strong in that matter.
He went on and he had a solid career, And now he is climbing that coaching ladder. Someday Joel Ward will be a head coach in the National Hockey League. That's his goal.
Dr. Ward, hey, how you doing, man? Good to
When he comes to Washington, a lot of the building staff, they loved him.
Good to see you.
They never forgot him. That's Joel, and that's his impact.
I actually collected your hockey stick. Forever ago.
Okay.
No big deal. Right? It's on the list to be rotated into the sports exhibition at some point.
Joel Ward has a stick in the Smithsonian African American Museum. It recognizes the importance of that Game 7 overtime goal that eliminated the Boston Bruins. It recognizes his contribution to the sport of hockey.
Oh yeah, 42.
He wore 42, Jackie Robinson's number, and that mattered to him. For him to be in that museum is an honor.